Hi, welcome to my video on 30, 60, 90 right triangle, the faster way to find the length of each side. Faster way. Well, as you recall, we have a 30, 60, 90 right triangle. Opposite the 30 is n, opposite the 90 is 2n, and opposite the 60 is n root 3. Now, when I say faster, just a little subtle way that can speed up the process. And here we go. Find the exact length of each side faster. Well, what I mean by faster is that this triangle has these n, 2n, n root 3. In the triangle that I have here, the 30 is the n, the opposite of the 90 is 2n, and opposite to 60 is n root 3. I find that if I put these n's, 2 n's, and n root 3 in the triangle, then you can see I don't have to keep looking back and forth. So that means n is 6. That means that this side is 2n. So n is 6. So 2 times 6 is 12. So this side is 12. And this side is n root 3. So n is 6. 6 root 3. So now I found by writing n, 2n, n root 3, I can quickly see how to manipulate and work them out. Let's try B. We have a triangle that's 30, 90, and 10. 10 is the hypotenuse. So I got 30, 90. So that makes this angle 60, because it adds up to 180. That means that opposite to 30 is n. Opposite to 90 is 2n. Opposite to 60 is n root 3. And immediately you can see that the known is that 2n is 10. Divide by 2, and the 2's cancel, n becomes 5. So put 5 in the triangle right there. And this side is n root 3, so it's 5 root 3. So this side is 5 root 3. So I can see I have a 10, a 5, and a 5 root 3 for the length of the sides. And C's, same idea. And what I'm going to do this time is vary it and say A, B, C. So sometimes you get a triangle name with letters, and it might be asked to find the length of AB. But let's find all of them. So that's a 60, 90. This side is 30. And if this side is 30, then this is n. This is 90, so this is 2n. And this is 60, so this is n root 3. So as you can see, the known is that n root 3 is equal to 4 root 6. Divide by root 3 on both sides. Root 3's cancel. And again, 4 root 6 divided by root 3. Root 3 cancels into root 6, root 2. So this side, n is 4 root 2. And this side is 2 times n, which is 4 root 2. So it's 8 root 2. And you can see how to find the lengths quickly. I want to work on this one a little bit more right here. What about if you just didn't, I can divide root 6 by root 3 and get a root 2. But what about if you multiply the top and bottom by root 3, which is the conjugate of root 3 is root 3, because a conjugate of a number is one that when you multiply you get a real number. Root 3 is irrational. So multiplying root 3 by root 3, you will get root 9, which is 3. So that becomes 4 root 18. But the root 18 is 9 times 2. So that's a 3 root 2. So 3 root 2. And now you can cancel, or you can multiply to get 12 root 2 over 3 and divide and get a 4. So notice root 6 divided by root 3 can be done right away to give you root 2. But note, root 6 over 3, you can't divide root 6 by 3 because that's irrational and that's irrational. But root 6 divided by root 3 will give you root 2. Just explaining it a little bit further. And let's continue. Let's do a few more. Practice. Pause the video and see if you can work these out faster. That's a 30. That's a 60. Opposite 30 is n. Opposite 90 is 2n. And opposite 60 is n root 3. Find exact lengths of the sides faster. So that's 30. That's a 60. Opposite 30 is n. Opposite 90 is 2n. Opposite 60 is n root 3. So we know that 2n is 14. Divide by 2, n is 7. N is 7. So n is 7. 7 root 3. Faster by putting the sides of n, 2n, n root 3, and you can manipulate very quickly. And this is number 2. 60, 90. This is a 30. That means that this side is n. 90 is 2n opposite, and this side is n root 3. And so therefore, n root 3 equals 2 root 3, because we have the, you can see, you cancel those right away, and n is 2. So n is 2, so n is 2, so this side is 4, because 2n is 2 times n, which is 2 times 2 is 4. So the sides are, again, 4, 2, and 2 root 3. B, working at the parameters, the same idea. Again, we have a 30, a 90, and this is a 60. Opposite 30 is n. Opposite the 90 is n root 3. Opposite, oh, yeah, sure, 2n. And opposite 60 is n root 3. Just be careful. N, 2n, n root 3. That means that 2n is equal to 8 root 2. Divide by 2. That means n is equal. Divide by 2, you get n. 8 divided by 2 is 4, so that's 4 root 2. So n is 4 root 2. So this side here is 4 root 2 times root 3. So that's a 4 root 6. Again, except for the error here. Opposite 30 is n, opposite 90 is 2n, opposite 60 is n root 3. So don't make that, again, just a little slip there. But I normally make slips. And we have to find the area of a triangle. So the area of a triangle is half the base times the height. And the base is 4 root 2. And the height is 4 root 6. So I can multiply the two radicals first to simplify, or I can take a half of 4 to get 2, but I don't take a half of 4 and the 4. I don't do both of them. I only take a half of one number. So if I take a half of 4, I get 2, so that's 2 root 2 times 4 root 6. So that's 8 root 12. No, I said 12, wrote down 18, 8 root 12. And the root of 12 is the root of 4 times 3. So that's 2 root 3. So that's 8. 12 is 2 root 3. So 16 root 3 is the area. And the units are millimeters, so millimeters squared. And C, find the exact area, and the units are yards. I got to find the area, so that's a 30, 90, so that makes that a 60. Opposite 30 is n. Opposite 90 is 2n. Opposite 60 is n root 3. So n root 3 equals root 18. And you divide by root 3. Divide by root 3. Scratch out that. They cancel. So root 18 divided by root 3 gives you root 6. Okay. That's a simple way of doing it. you could have simplified 18, but root 18 divided by root 3 to give you root 6. So that side is root 6, and this side is n is root 6. So, and we have to get the area is half base times height. So the base is, again, the base is root 18, but again, root 18 is the root of 9 times 2, so that's 3 root 2. And the height is root 6. So notice when I work this out, that could divide perfectly, so I didn't have to do any work on it. But if I want to get the area, root 18 got to be simplified to 9 times 2, which is 3 root 2. Here it is. So a half of 3 is 3 over 2. And root 2 times root 6 is root 12. And the root of 12, square root of 12, is the square root of 4 times 3, so that's 2 root 3. So I'll write down 2 root 3 for root 12. And when you multiply fractions, you cancel, and you get 3 root 3 for yards. And it's area is square units because it's 2 dimensions. And again, just a little bit different, but notice how I wrote them down. If they've got a triangle with 30, 60, 90, you put n, 2n, n root 3, and you can manipulate the triangles a little tiny bit faster for finding the length of the sides. And if you like my video, click the like button, subscribe button, the notification bell, and visit my website www.mathfullyexplained.com to find more information about me, my videos, and the content. And that's the content that's on my YouTube channel called Math Fully Explained. Thank you for viewing my video, which is, notice, a little bit faster by writing the length of the sides. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.